Welcome to Sunday League Podcast. You know we can talk trash. If you ain't with it, you can fall back. Welcome to Sunday League Podcast, the podcast. Welcome to Sunday League Podcast, the podcast. Welcome to Sunday League Podcast. You know we can talk trash. If you ain't with it, fall back. Welcome to Sunday League Podcast, the podcast. Welcome to Sunday League Podcast, the podcast.
What's cracking, you fucking bush leaguers, and welcome back to SLTP, Sunday League the podcast. This is episode 197. It's just me this week. We're gonna try to get through this a little bit solo. Give you guys a couple of updates on life, I guess, on the baseball life, on the culture where it's at the moment. Shit that I've been up to. Unfortunately, DH is still not. I don't want to say MIA, but he's out doing his thing still, doing the softball all-stars thing. Hope they're doing well. So, yeah, as of late, man, I mean, a lot has happened. Maybe since the last recording. I mean, fucking last episode, I did it with the wife. You know, shout out to my wife, La Tormenta, a.k.a. Storm. I swear to God, it rains every Sunday, even yesterday alone, which was Sunday the 2nd, June 2nd. Yeah, it was, it woke up and all week it was nice and sunny. You know, the weather's getting a little hot, right? Summer's coming up, or it's like right around the corner. And so wake up Sunday morning and it's cold, it's drizzly, and it's like, what are we doing? So yeah, of course, naturally, after that last episode with my lovely wife, I think we titled it Takes a Village. She pretty much let me have it. She let me have it just about all episode. But you know, we're going to move on from that. Unfortunately, you know, I will say, there's no unfortunately, but I will say that she is kind of infamous at the moment in the good old Sunday leagues, in the culture, right, in the community. She pretty much can relate to all the Sunday League wives, or all the wives can relate to her, the girlfriends or whatever. You know, everybody's significant other can relate to everything she pretty much said, you know, so it makes me wonder, like, are us Sunday leaguers just a bunch of fucking bush leaguers, right? Like, are we failing in life? I don't know. Definitely not, right? We're doing a good thing here in the Sunday leagues and everything for the culture and for the community. But so lately, you know, just been kind of doing stuff on my own, right? Went out to the San Fernando Valley on Memorial Day weekend. I was lucky enough to get an invite to a scrimmage game out in the SFVBL, San Fernando Valley Baseball League. Shout out to the president of the league, Manny. He's literally the jack of all trades. He was dragging the field, cleaning it up, making it look nice and clean, beautiful straight lines, of course. When he was done with that, he throws on his umpire uniform, and he was umpiring the bases in this game, right? And so it's pretty dope, man. Shout out to Oscar Romo for the invite with Jalisco, Team Jalisco. Shout out the invite to go play in a scrimmage against the Stangs from the upper division. So it was like an upper division, lower division scrimmage game. And it was pretty cool. You know, it was a good opportunity to see kind of the talent out there. And it was fun, man. Had a lot of fun. Naturally, because I am walked. I got walked in the only two at-bats that I had. Got a couple of plays at third base, you know, and it's weird because in the league it's mostly fields that are all dirt, right? Park leagues, or you know, recreational parks or whatever. And they don't usually have grass in the infield. So to see taking ground balls and, you know, seeing balls off the bat with all dirt is it's kind of weird, and it took a minute to kind of just get used to a little bit. Played a little bit nervous, right? I met one of the players from, is it El Molino, I believe? His name is Hugo. So shout out to him. He walked over, said what's up. And he was coaching third base. And, I mean, you know, there was a lot of ballers out there. And it was a lot of fun, man. I also met the manager from Los Browns. Shout out to George Flores. We're going to call him Georgie Flowers. But just kidding. Anyways, we had good conversation after the game and all that, and it was very how can I put it? it was very pleasant to be able to just relate to everybody, and just it all felt way too familiar, right? And because for me growing up, I played a lot. Well, I didn't play a lot. I would watch my dad play in the Sunday leagues, right? And uh, I guess it was probably a little bit more of like a vets league, and all too familiar, right? So there's always the like the taqueros and all that doing their thing, and that's what my pops would do. He, growing up, like, hey, let's go to the game, and I'd be out fucking just running around playing in the dirt, and while his game was going on, and sometimes they'd have like the tamborazos with the banda and all that out there. So, like I said, all too familiar. But again, shout out to all the boys out there. Oscar, George, and even Zev was out there. He his game with Los Royales was across the diamond, I guess, because it's four baseball fields, right? And so center field has four center fielders, I guess, back to back or whatever. So they were playing on the field across from us, and he had gotten word that I was over there, so he came over and said what's up, and it was real nice to see fucking Zev. So yeah, shout out to everybody, man. Showing all love. Was able to give out some of the hit bands, the fucking Bush Leaguer bands, which I'm running low on, so I need to restock a little bit. And so yeah, this happened on like I had mentioned earlier, on Memorial Day weekend. And on that same weekend, obviously, there was the Vegas tournament that we unfortunately couldn't make it out to. But, that didn't stop the tournament from happening, right? The NABA Vegas, not World Series, but the NABA Memorial Day Vegas tournament. And so we're going to run down, I guess, the winners from that tournament, because, they all, of course, they deserve their recognition. Starting off with the 18 Wood Open. Winners, SoCal Titans. Congratulations to the Titans. They some of the boys are on there. Shout out to the Avila brothers and all their associates. I believe they come from the like a makeup of guys from the Ramirez Baseball League. In the Rookie American, Paramount Pirates. Shout out to them. They beat Flow State 21-9. Jesus Christ, that shit must have got real crunchy. So shout out to them. And back to the 18 Wood, the SoCal Titans beat the Las Vegas Mastiffs. The final score was 7-6. In the Rookie National, we have a winner. The Fresno Grizzlies beat the Coras 13-5. So congratulations to the Fresno Grizzlies. I believe they are associated with San Jose NABA. In the 25 Wood, the winners, we have the SoCal Terror. They beat the Scottsdale Scorpions 13-4. And shout out to my boy, Joey Woods, also known as Jose Madera. He plays out with the Long Beach Peloteros. And I was lucky enough to meet up with him too prior to the tournament. Before, as a matter of fact, on his way up, driving out, he met up with me during my lunch break, of all things, from work. Hooked it up, man. With a jersey and a hat, and I must say I look pretty good in a Peloteros jersey, man. It's kind of like it's a sublimated, like with the mesh, like sublimated on mesh. Jesus Christ, I need to learn how to fucking talk. Sublimated jersey on mesh, and it's black, and it has kind of like the USC colors, and it just says Peloteros across the chest, and it looks good, man. So seriously appreciate it so fucking much. Yeah, man. So shout out to the SoCal Terror for winning that. And then I'll give you the 35 Wood real quick. 35 Wood American. The final winner, we had the SoCal Angels beating the Utah Blues 9-1, and that's the 35 Wood American. 35 Wood National. We have a champion of a winner 5-0 for Sonora. That's my boy Jesse Martinez. Shout out to him. He always shouts out the pod, after his gym sessions, which I've been waiting on one of those lately, bro. So yeah, send it ASAP. So yeah, congratulations to all the winners that came out crowned as fucking champs. Hopefully it's some of that Sunday League rub too, because I feel like I know just at least 2 to 3 guys on each team. So shout out to me for knowing knowing you guys on the squads and all. But more importantly, you guys are the ones doing the work. You went out there, did a job, and came back with some fucking hardware. All right, so moving on with a couple of more shout outs as it pertains to the Sunday League life, especially in my world. Wanted to shout out Alonzo from the Burrito Gloves and Co. So Alonzo came out, he hit us up, and he wanted to hook us up with some batting gloves for his new batting glove company and brand. Again, that's Burrito, Brito Gloves and Co. So Burrito batting gloves, not burrito. I think I may have said that in the past. But yeah, so shout out to him. We met up, hooked him up with some wristbands as well, some stickers and shit. And I'm still working on my video review for the batting gloves. It's almost done. Just need a little, record a couple of more things. So, but just real quick, the gloves, definitely would recommend them for anybody really. Got a lot of good points on the style points, I guess. And yeah, I mean, just a good batting glove all around. It's got the thick wrist support. So I do recommend them. So reach out to them. It's again, Burrito Gloves and Co. And we'll tag them on another Instagram post. And I know we've done it already in the past. And but we'll do it again. just to make sure to spread the word out for them over there. But again, appreciate the love and support that we get from everybody that hooks us up with shit. Right? I love my free shit. And it never goes underappreciated, that's for sure. Speaking of free shit, on May 21st, which is 5/21, we here on the podcast have proclaimed it International SLTP Day, right? So 5/21, 5 being my jersey number, 21 being DH's jersey number. We usually do, something, but it landed kind of in the middle of the week this year. So I decided to do a little bit of a giveaway, right? And so giveaways, free shit. So great transition on my part. Shout out to me again. And so what I ended up doing was I kind of just did just a quick story. I posted like a sticker, and it said, "Please tell us what you like the most about the podcast to enter into the drawing." I got a good handful of people, maybe about 25 participants or so, roughly. And we got some winners, right? We got some winners. So what ended up doing was gave away an SLTP care package, right? Which the care package consists of a couple of wristbands, a couple of SLTP stickers, and a t-shirt. A t-shirt from some of the designs that we have. And so the winner for that went to Ryan Benson of the OC Moonshots. So shout out to him and congrats for winning that. We also gave away a Dad Bat bottle opener, which the winner ended up being Raymond Rios. I'm not sure who he plays with, but he's a listener of the podcast. And so I think his design is going to be something Oscar the Grouch related, which is kind of interesting. As shout out to Dad Bat, shout out Lupe. Get yourself a fucking Dad Bat, by the way. Fucking the official bat of the Sunday leagues. Yeah, so Raymond ended up doing a bit of a Oscar the Grouch themed bottle cap opener, which it's not done yet. So hoping to see that real soon when it comes out. We'll share that on Instagram for everybody to see. The next thing that we gave away was a custom Dad Bat, fully custom, on the house to the winner. Winner being manager of the OC Rays, Oscar Rodarte. So congrats for winning that shit. And also thank you for hooking. That's, as a matter of fact, the same day that I ran the giveaway, met up with Oscar and he hooked it up with a couple of OC Rays jerseys, one for myself, one for DH. And real nice, and very much appreciated. Great fucking guy. He was in the area for attending to some family business. And, we chopped it up for, a good half hour or so. Got to know each other fairly well, and great dude, and I look forward again to, hopefully to have him on the podcast in the future, which, would love to do that in person with him. Plenty to talk about, very experienced in the Sunday leagues and just in baseball in general. So again, thank you to Oscar for hooking it up with the OC Rays jerseys, and be seeing you guys real soon. And back to the giveaway for International SLTP Day. Gave away a podcast appearance, right? Which is kind of, I don't know, kind of in hindsight, it's a little bit of a weird giveaway, I guess. So we haven't set it up yet, unfortunately, which I need to be better about reaching out. We have spoken. If we're going to have to find a bit of a small window. There's a small window that we can work with. But congratulations to Andres Nava. Andres Nava plays in the new Scabble League. Well, I like to jokingly call New Scabble, right? The South Coast League. He plays with a team called the Washed Up. And so congratulations to him for winning that. Should be interesting. Coming up still with a couple of questions just to keep it entertaining for people, because I've actually never met Andres. We've hardly ever talked. Very limited interaction on Instagram. So we're gonna set that up real soon. So Andres, if you're listening, let me know a little bit more about what we talked about, and we can get that set up and put it out for these fucking bush leaguers to listen to and be jealous as fuck of you, of course. So since we're speaking of a new Scabble, South Coast, I guess we can go over some standings real quick just to see where SoCal Washed Up is currently at. So the SoCal Washed Up is currently sitting in the Southeast Division. I hate the way these divisions are set up. Southeast Division sitting at 5-3, tied for third with the SoCal Astros. They're chasing the Baby Boys baseball, who's sitting at the top at 8-1 in this division. On the Southwest Division, you got the Red Rockets at 6-1. It's sitting at the top there. And then the Northwest Division, you got the Cardinals undefeated at 7-0. Their run differential is looking pretty good. So is the Red Rockets, so they're probably pretty solid. Let me see. SoCal Washed Up, even though they're at 5-3, they got they got a negative run differential at -10. So got to clean that up, boys. But shout out to SoCal Washed Up and Andres Nava again, for doing your thing, man, and of course, doing everything for the culture. And so, you know what? I do have kind of a bone to pick with whoever the account runner is for New Scabble's Instagram. So there's been a couple of times where some of the teams in that league will tag the podcast, and they'll also tag the league itself in some of the Instagram stories, right? And what I've noticed is when the league reshares the story in question or whatever, wherever Sunday League is tagged, wherever you can see it, it's covered up with the league's Instagram, which is, whatever. Like, it's kind of a bad look on their part, but it does kind of rub me the wrong way a little bit, so I don't fucking appreciate it. But hey, it is what it is. We're here for the Sunday leagues. The teams and players, really. I mean, leagues can do things as they see fit, as far as I'm concerned. I genuinely, I could say that I don't care, but in a way, I kind of do. But at least I'm putting it out there. I'm fucking open about shit all the time, right? But yeah, man, it's just crazy to me. Like, why would you cover up something and just openly show any bad taste in your mouth? I guess I'm not entirely sure what words I'm looking for. But again, that's something that I've noticed has been going on. Some of the teams in the league haven't really been, tagging the podcast, which it's kind of weird to me, because at first it was like, yeah, SLTP, rah, rah, rah. And then now all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, where are these tags at? Like, so some of the teams, I don't know. I have a theory, which maybe down the road, when I'm a little bit more buzzed and I have somebody to bounce my ideas off of, I could open up about that a little bit more. But again, it's just some shit that I don't appreciate. Another thing, speaking of shit I don't appreciate, another thing that I don't really appreciate is sometimes in some of obviously the power rankings posts, and I'll share that one with you in a bit, where teams are currently sitting in the top 25. Some of the power rankings posts, right? I think it was maybe the recent one or the one prior to that. There was some comments that were made, and I saw some because I love my drama, right? I love the pot stirring, and I saw some of the comments, and it was like, hey, where's my team? My team this and my team that, right? And right away, like the culture, the community came right at this team. And they're just like, shut the fuck up. They basically were just coming at him. I'm just like, oh boy, here we go. So got my popcorn and I was ready. Then all of a sudden, these comments are deleted, all of them. And it's just like, okay. Like then all this other stuff started happening. I'm starting to kind of put things together. I need a little bit more to go off of, down the road. But again, it's just, I'm seeing certain trends and I'm like, all right, like just be fucking open about it. That's all. But unfortunately I see too much. I know too many things, and it is what it is, man. But let's move on from that fucking nonsense. Anybody that wants to know more, just hit me up. I'm kind of an open book, I would say. But like I said, again, I don't fucking appreciate it. We're here for the culture. We're here to basically highlight teams, players, and all the good shit that everybody's doing. But hey, man, it is what it is. It is what it is, unfortunately. But I kind of want to go back to this giveaway that we did, because like I said, there was certain things that I had asked for. Well, one thing in particular, what is it that you fucking Bush Leaguers listeners to the podcast, what you guys actually like about the podcast, as an entry. And so I'm just gonna read some of these real quick, because honestly, man, like it's real humbling. It's real cool as far as some of the stuff that people were saying. So right away, people like the Sunday sound offs. I'll read these real quick. The Sunday sound offs for me are the best, but mostly being true to the Sunday leagues. True to the Sunday league culture, including most of SoCal Sunday leagues. Shout out to all the Bush Leaguers. Another one says the community that comes with the pod met great people that they wouldn't have met otherwise. Putting the Sunday leagues on the map. That's right. That's what we're doing for love of the game, of course. The power rankings, teams are more competitive, and Bowski stirring the pot and the super secret thing. If you don't know about the super secret thing, I'm not sorry. Other people obviously like Sound Off Sunday, the SOS. Spreading the Sunday League culture all over SoCal. Let's see. Cup Check. People like Cup Check with the ultras and the random beers to end a good night on a Sunday. Let me see. Our unbiased opinions to the listeners and to all our viewers. Speaking of viewers, trying to get back onto the YouTube thing. I know I'm kind of backed up at the moment with certain stuff. But I mean, yay. Life is life sometimes, and sometimes we just gotta focus more on what we got going on in our personal life. Moving on to some of these other things here, the trash talking and the standings breakdown segments, the camaraderie, the two yin and yang, also the constant laughs, and also shout out to Dad Bats. Let me see. So somebody said that they were on the podcast. That is correct, that they were on the podcast. Let me see how real it gets. Different aspects of players from all over Southern California. Weekly baseball updates on our favorite teams to hate. And let me see, a shout out to their team. Shout out to the Yankees. The umpire fees are still $5. $5. Yeah, it's getting a little more expensive though. But hey, you want to keep it at $5? Pick up more players. The opening line, what's cracking, you fucking Bush Leaguers? Let me see. When we talk about certain Sunday League players, getting everyone's name out there, because you can say, hey, I know that guy. I played with him in high school or college. Another one says, just bringing all kinds of people together for the same love of the game. $5. The chemistry between DH and myself. We play really well off of each other. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. to the person that said that. Let me see how we go off on tangents about random shit, and DH always reels it back in, which is very true. One of my favorite things to do on this pod is to go off the rails and see where the conversation will end up. It's always fun. The drunk shit talk, the Sunday sound offs, all the banter and the shit talking. That's right. $5 again. When we talk about the baseball leagues, feels like we know each other in a sense, which is kind of true. When I've gone out to the league, I'm starting to meet people and stuff, and you start putting two and two together. Excuse me. And you're like, okay, you're this person, you're that person. This is your Instagram, right? And then, so it's pretty cool. The community is a lot deeper than what the surface level would suggest. So it's pretty fucking cool, man. Like, I'm telling you, I live a really cool fucking life, as far as the Sunday leagues are concerned, and my life in general is pretty fucking awesome. Let me see. The relatability that we have as a whole, baseballisms are very similar everywhere. Very true. Memories with the fellas, the attention being brought to the culture, us saying what we want. Let me see where else. We're smart enough to have made you as a guest. Yes, sir. Yes, we did. SOS is awesome. Which I agree with this statement. Just wish teams would talk more shit. I kind of like that a lot. Professional pot stirrer myself. So, need more trash talk between teams. But at the same time, like, I don't know, it would kind of push people away from each other, or push teams away from each other, and get away from that camaraderie. Because at the end of the day, man, like, if you're listening to this shit, all we really have left is the Sunday leagues. We're not afraid to call out players, leagues, and teams who do dumb shit like I just did earlier. Let me see the culture throughout the leagues in SoCal. That both DH and myself have played, and we still play, so we understand the ins and outs of what we're doing. Which is, I agree, kind of one of the main reasons I wanted to get back playing, just to be in the trenches with everybody and be able to play against a lot of teams. Which, as a matter of fact, I had mentioned my guy Joey Woods earlier, and I also met his friend Jonathan Garcia. Shout out to him. We played each other yesterday, Sunday, June 2nd, and they were playing with the Tiburones from the Ramirez Baseball League, and we went. We did like an interleague matchup, just like a friendly, and with my team, the Rialto Gators, and it was a fun game, man. Thankfully, we came out on top. We won 13-2. It was dope, man. Everybody was great. Had a good time. We all just showed up. We played ball. There was no trash talk, none of that shit. It was a lot of like, yo, what's up, man? Like, good to see you. Glad I got to play against you, and just shit like that. So it's always it's cool, man. It's dope. Like I said, pretty cool fucking life. Let me see. Moving on to a couple of more. The mic'd ups that we've done on YouTube, of course. Let me see, the fact that we can be found on fucking YouTube, which is how some listeners have actually found us, which is honestly really fucking cool. Like, I never really thought that YouTube would be a little bit bigger part of life, but it is, and it's pretty dope. The Instagram reshares, the super secret chat. Yes, there's a super secret chat. Don't ask. Let me see. We're all kind of in a fantasy league as well. This guy said that he's prison raped DH and myself, which is true. But in fantasy baseball, we've been prison raped. Nothing to brag about, of course. The relatability that we provide to players. Old school references for the older folk. That's true. I love my old school references. Let me see, the wide range of drinks that we do around the horn, which I didn't do around the horn, by the way. I guess I can't really do around the horn with myself. It'd be more of a butts up kind of thing, throw a ball against the wall. I chugged a Monster prior to recording this. Shout out to my White Monsters, and shout out to me for sponsoring them for as much money as I fucking give them for all the Monsters that I drink. Shout out to my heart for keeping up. Moving on. Let me see. Doing all kinds of promos and meetups for the community. Episode 177. That was a good one. Let me see. Two more. mentioning that Paredes guy, the captain or whatever we call him. That's true. And, just giving the information that everybody needs, and it's a good podcast to listen to. So, again, much respect to everybody that sent so many things. One guy sent like 25 things, which I appreciate. Definitely felt the love there. Pretty cool from everybody, though, I must say, to send so much appreciation as far as why you like, Sunday League the podcast. Realistically, wouldn't be doing this shit without the fucking community. And so moving on, recently in one of the previous episodes, there was an SOS that was sent in from my boy Jonathan. Shout out to Jonathan. Dude actually fucking cares about my health. He had offered a bit of a challenge, right, to get the weight down to about 200 pounds or so. And me being the fat piece of shit that I am, like, I'm at a point in my life where everything hurts. The ankle's fucking shot. My lower back is fucking starting to go out. My left knee is absolute trash. Right? I don't know how I'm still doing it, but I'm still getting out there. But he offered a challenge and I'll provide a weight update, right? So when I first started, I was at 231. This was maybe about a month ago, feels like. So sitting at about 231. I've fluctuated up and down a little too much. But this morning, I believe I was sitting at like 27.8, 227.8, sorry. So shout out to me for putting in the work. It's not that much work that I've done. I'm just, trying to stay consistent at this point. Develop the habits. Develop some good fucking habits, man. I'm telling you, if you don't have good habits, you're just setting yourself up for failure. Moving on. Let's get into SOS before we wrap up this fucking short ass episode. SOS. All right, let's just jump right into it. From 643 Baseball. That's Henry. What up, Henry? I think he meant to type hi. Hello. How are you? Good to see you. Shout out to him. He's always tagging us in his stuff. Next one is from Giovanni of La Villita. Giovanni _27 says, man, I got to get some fucking hits. No fucking bullshit. We all need to get some hits, man. If you play Sunday ball, you should be able to get some fucking hits, in my opinion. But hey, man, this talent has gotten so much better in the leagues. At least the pitching is it's getting a lot better. It's getting a lot better, especially down in my league in the good old FBL. It's good to see, of course. It's still, I guess, still a bit of a barometer for myself as far as how much I got left in the tank. But no bullshit. Getting hits in general in baseball it's not as easy as it looks for anybody that doesn't really play. Just listens to this shit for your enjoyment. Which, if you do, thank you. It's much appreciated. But yeah, everybody, I hope you all get some fucking hits too. Moving on to the next one. EG31 from the SoCal Cardinals of New Scabble. The Cardinals are winning the South Coast Championship without a single loss. Hey, if that happens, like I've said in the past, I would suggest finding some different competition, respectfully, of course. Moving on to the next one. Gallitos Baseball Club says, can we get a shout out for Los Gallitos and for our PO who has been killing it for us, quote unquote, Vince. Shout out to fucking Vince, former glue guy, on the team. Decided to move on to another team, which is fine. Everybody's got to get their playing time in. Yeah, I definitely understand. But also, speaking of Vince, he also sent in an SOS. Says, I miss having Bowski as my teammate. I miss you too, dog. You're a good fucking guy. I appreciate you a lot. Next one comes in from Fontana Marlins. Says, Marlins are mid as fuck. I guess. There was an improvement in record from last year, so shout out to that. Next one is from the Wapples Baseball. Wapples _baseball. They play in, I believe, the Beverly Hills and the Los Angeles Baseball League, LABL. The Wapples are a top 5 team. Maybe TBD, to be determined. Again, it's a rankings thing, rankings related, which I will not argue with anybody about that shit. I will not give you any pushback as far as like why this and why that. That's all, DH. Hit up DH. Let him know how you feel. Get on it, DH. LABL wants to be mixed into the power rankings amongst other leagues, sir. I know you're listening. Shout out to DH doing his thing. Oh, Wapples Baseball also said LABL Saturday is a top 5 division. Shit, I'm curious how many teams are actually in this division. Let me see. Doing a quick search. I believe there's only 4 teams in that division, which I think is a reason why they may not even be in the rankings. Let me see. We have the Long Beach Coyotes, the LA Hard Knocks, the LA Legends, and the LA Los Guapos. The LA Los Guapos, the Los Angeles Los Guapos. Come on, LA Guapos, clean it up. Let me see. They play at Legacy High School. Where the fuck is that? And Narbonne? I don't know. But no, yeah. Shout out to these 4 squads for playing each other every fucking week. I'm curious if that should be something that should be considered as far as how many teams are in an actual division. Does it start at 4? Does it start at 6? I don't know. I guess that's something that, I mean, I've never even really thought of. But again, it's like having a 2-team division, right? Where the same 2 teams play each other every day or every week. Obviously, that wouldn't work. You'd have to put these, you gotta have multiple teams, a good amount of teams. Where do you cap it? Or where do you start it? Do you start at 6? Do you start it at 8? Do you start it at 4? I don't know. I guess that's the question. There's always room for improvement for some stuff. All right, last one for SOS. Another one from the Fontana Marlins. Why send 2 is beyond me. When you're gonna lead it off with Marlins are mid as fuck and then end it with don't let the Marlins get hot. I mean, hey, the Marlins got hot. They beat the fuck out of the Hammered Heads in the first round of the playoffs. What is that, quarterfinal? Next week would be semi and then the championships. Yeah, so first round of playoffs, I believe the score was 14-2, 15-2, something like that, in the favor of the Fontana Marlins. Beat the shit. It got crunchy. They beat the shit out of the Hammered Heads. I was kind of there for the game, playing in my own game. We were at the same school, separate fields. But you kind of seen the distance, what was going on. Looked like it was an exciting game at first, and then just the floodgates opened up. But the Hammered Heads' aspirations of being a champ for the 2024 winter FBL. We're still playing this the winter season in the fucking summer. But yeah, they will not be champs this season. But hey, the Fontana Marlins move on. I think they're going to be playing the NY Yankees, a bit of a rivalry matchup. They got a little bit of a history there, so that should be interesting. But thank you everybody that sent in their sound offs, because I had mentioned earlier you set yourself up for failure, and sometimes SOS is a goddamn failure, but it didn't fail this week, thankfully. So before we wrap this up, we got a couple of things coming up that I wanted to touch on real quick. We have, with 4th of July coming up, we have the NABA Firecracker tournament, right, on the LA OC area. And the only tournament team that's ever mattered, the Sunday League Daddies will be entering that tournament. That is right. The Sunday League Daddies. Last year we did a tournament in again for 4th of July that was hosted by the War Dogs, which we fell short, which kind of sucked, but can't win them all, right? We fell short, and we kind of want to run it back for 4th of July again. So entered the team into the NABA Firecracker. So we're looking forward to that, which more than likely we're doing the 18 rookie division. Not really sure what to expect. It's kind of my first time doing the admin part as far as NABA is concerned. So I still got a bit of a learning curve on my part, on my behalf. So that should be interesting. Already have a couple of guys set up. The roster's pretty much full, so please don't ask. If I need somebody, I will find you. But I do appreciate everybody that's reached out and expressed interest in playing. Means a lot. Of course, it's for the culture, man. It's part of the community, and realistically, we're out there to win and just, have some fun, ball out. Baseball isn't always fun. So to say we're just out there to have fun is fucking bullshit. Like, we're all out there to win. But, winning is fun, losing is not. It's that simple. And for the last thing that I wanted to mention, we do have episode 200 coming up, which I've set a pretty hard date of June 21st, which is a Friday. I don't have an exact time, but it'll be an evening thing. So I'm going to put on the Instagram, I don't know if maybe for a 24-hour period or a 48-hour period, maybe, every other day I'll put something out on Instagram asking for interest as far as being put on the guest list for this. So we should have a decent amount of space, for a live recording for episode 200. Planning some stuff out. It should be fun. Of course, drinks will be flowing. Looking for a good time. Not looking for any fucking nonsense. So if you're out there looking for blood, I might just drag you out of there myself. Unfortunately for you. I'm just talking shit. I'm not a violent guy. But yeah, so if you have any interest in being put on a guest list, let me know. It would be in person out in my hood. I live in Rialto, so it's out this way. Again, I'll put something out on Instagram just so I have something that I can go off of, keeping track of things. Got a lot on the plate at the moment, as far as, tournament stuff, podcast stuff, and now setting up this. So again, let me know. Let us know. We'll get you on the guest list and we'll shoot more details later on. For June 21st on a Friday evening. And with that being said, this would be the part where DH comes up with some clever way of asking me how much umpire fees should cost. And this is the part where I say, $5. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace the fuck out.